Over, two men in sharp suits, looking out of place among the vinyl seats and fluorescent lights. One was older, with salt and pepper hair and a kind but weary expression. The other, hidden behind a menu, seemed engrossed in his phone. Assuming it was her section, Emily hurried over, her notepad ready. "Evening, gentlemen. What can I get for you tonight?" The older man looked up, surprised, but smiled warmly. "Actually, we're waiting for someone, but a coffee would be great." Emily nodded, pouring from her pot, her mind already racing to the next table. As she turned to leave, the younger man lowered his menu, revealing piercing blue eyes and a jawline that could cut glass. It was Alexander Harrington, the Alexander Harrington, heir to the Harrington tech empire, whose family owned half the town. Emily's heart skipped. She'd seen his face in the local papers, always at galas or cutting ribbons for new buildings. But before she could process it, the older man, Alexander's uncle, as she'd later learn, waved her back. "Miss, why don't you join us for a moment? My nephew here is on a blind date setup, but she's late. You look like you could use a break." Emily froze, her cheeks flushing. Sit? At a customer's table? Her boss would fire her on the spot. But something in the uncle's eyes, a mischievous twinkle, made her hesitate. The diner was slowing down, and her shift was nearly over. What harm could a quick chat do? She slid into the booth, laughing nervously. "I'm Emily. Just a waitress trying to make ends meet." Alexander looked up, his initial annoyance melting into curiosity. They talked, about the town's hidden gems, her love for painting in her rare free time, his frustration with the corporate world that trapped him. Minutes turned into an hour, and as the blind date never showed, Alexander's uncle excused himself with a wink. Looks like fate had other plans. But just as Emily stood to leave, feeling a spark she hadn't felt in years, the real blind date arrived. A glamorous woman in designer clothes, glaring daggers. "Who is this?" she demanded, her voice slicing through the air. Emily's stomach dropped. Had she just ruined everything? Cliffhanger alert. What if this mix-up wasn't an accident, and secrets from Alexander's past were about to unravel right there in the diner? If your heart's racing like mine, hit that like and subscribe now, we're just getting started. As the glamorous woman, let's call her Victoria, a socialite from the Hill, stormed off after a heated exchange, Emily slipped out the back door, her mind reeling. She couldn't believe she'd sat at the wrong table. Mia had meant table 4, not 5. But the next morning, a bouquet of wildflowers arrived at her apartment door, with a note, "Last night was unexpected. Dinner tonight? Alex." Emily stared at it, her hands shaking. Dinner with the richest man in town? She was a nobody, scraping by on tips, while he dined with CEOs. Her mother, bedridden from chemotherapy, noticed her daughter's glow. "Go, Emmy. You deserve a little magic." Reluctantly, Emily agreed, borrowing a dress from Mia and meeting Alex at a cozy Italian place downtown, not too fancy, which surprised her. Their blind date by accident blossomed into something real. Alex opened up about his lonely upbringing, parents too busy with business, a brother lost to addiction years ago, leaving him to shoulder the family empire alone. "Everyone sees the money, but not the cage it builds," he confessed over pasta, his voice raw. Emily shared her struggles, the father who abandoned them when she was 10, the endless worry over bills, her dream of opening an art studio someday. They laughed about the diner mishap, but beneath it, an emotional bond formed. Alex saw in her a genuine soul, untainted by greed. Emily saw a man aching for connection beyond his wealth. Yet, challenges loomed like storm clouds. Whispers spread through Willow Creek, the waitress and the billionaire. "It's a joke." Emily's co-workers teased her mercilessly, but it stung when customers made snide remarks. Worse, Alex's family got wind of it. His mother, a stern matriarch, cornered him at a board meeting. "She's after your money, Alexander. End this folly. Alex defended Emily fiercely, but doubt crept in. Was he just a rebound from his failed engagements? Their dates grew more intense, a picnic by the lake where they shared first kisses, a secret drive to the city for an art exhibit that reignited Emily's passion. But one night, after a romantic walk, Alex's phone buzzed with urgent calls. "Family emergency," he muttered, rushing off without explanation. Emily waited by her phone, anxiety gnawing at her. Hours turned into a day, then two. Had he ghosted her? Her mind spiraled. Maybe his family was right, she didn't belong in his world. At work, a particularly cruel customer sneered, "Heard your Prince Charming ditched you." Back to reality, huh? Tears welled up as she scrubbed tables, feeling the weight of her poverty more than ever. But just as she hit rock bottom, collapsing on her couch with her sister hugging her, the doorbell rang. It was Alex, disheveled, eyes red from exhaustion. "I'm sorry," he said, pulling her into his arms. "My uncle, the one from the diner, he had a heart attack. He's stable now, but it shook me." Relief washed over them, but the resolution wasn't easy. They talked through the night, addressing the class divide head-on. Alex admitted his fears of being used, Emily confessed her insecurities about not being enough. Together, they resolved to face the town united. Alex used his influence to help Emily's mother get better treatment, not as charity, but as a partner supporting his love. Emily, in turn, encouraged him to pursue passions outside business, like volunteering at the local shelter where she sometimes helped. But wait, cliffhanger number 2, as their relationship deepened, a scandal erupted. Victoria, the spurned blind date, leaked photos of Emily in her. Teased her mercilessly, but it stung when customers made snide remarks. Worse, Alex's family got wind of it. His mother, a stern matriarch, cornered him at a board meeting. "She's after your money, Alexander. End this folly." Alex defended Emily fiercely, but doubt crept in. Was he just a rebound from his failed engagements? Their dates grew more intense, a picnic by the lake where they shared first kisses, a secret drive to the city for an art exhibit that reignited Emily's passion. But one night, after a romantic walk, Alex's phone buzzed with urgent calls. "Family emergency," he muttered, rushing off without explanation. Emily waited by her phone, anxiety gnawing at her. Hours turned into a day, then two. Had he ghosted her? Her mind spiraled. Maybe his family was right, she didn't belong in his world. At work, a particularly cruel customer sneered, "Heard your Prince Charming ditched you." Back to reality, huh? Tears welled up as she scrubbed tables, feeling the weight of her poverty more than ever. But just as she hit rock bottom, collapsing on her couch with her sister hugging her, the doorbell rang. It was Alex, disheveled, eyes red from exhaustion. "I'm sorry," he said, pulling her into his arms. "My uncle, the one from the diner, he had a heart attack. He's stable now, but it shook me." Relief washed over them, but the resolution wasn't easy. They talked through the night, addressing the class divide head-on. Alex admitted his fears of being used, Emily confessed her insecurities about not being enough. Together, they resolved to face the town united. Alex used his influence to help Emily's mother get better treatment, not as charity, but as a partner supporting his love. Emily, in turn, encouraged him to pursue passions outside business, like volunteering at the local shelter where she sometimes helped. But wait, cliffhanger number 2, as their relationship deepened, a scandal erupted. Victoria, the spurned blind date, leaked photos of Emily in her Waitress uniform to the tabloids, twisting the story into "Gold Digger Traps Bachelor." The town turned vicious, boycotting the diner and harassing Emily online. Her boss threatened to fire her amid the chaos. Would this destroy their budding love, or force them to fight harder? If you're on the edge of your seat, like and subscribe for more epic tales. We're not done yet. The backlash was brutal. Emily's phone buzzed endlessly with hate messages. "Stay in your lane, he's too good for you. Her sister, home from college, cried seeing the toll it took. Why can't people just be happy for you, sis? Emily wondered the same, curling up in bed, questioning if love was worth the pain. Alex, furious, confronted Victoria at a charity event. This ends now, he demanded. Victoria smirked, revealing her motive, jealousy from a past fling with Alex that ended badly. But Alex stood firm, publicly defending Emily in a press conference. Love isn't about status, it's about heart. Emily has more of that than anyone I've known. The resolution came gradually, like dawn after a storm. The town, initially divided, began to shift. Stories emerged of Alex's quiet philanthropy, funding scholarships, rebuilding the community center, and Emily's kindness, like covering meals for struggling families at the diner. A viral post from Mia detailed the wrong table mix-up, turning it into a romantic legend. Customers returned, some even apologizing. Emily's boss, seeing the publicity boost, promoted her instead of firing her. As months passed, their love grew resilient. Alex proposed during a quiet evening at the diner, where it all started, kneeling amid the booths with a simple ring that symbolized equality, not extravagance. You sat at the wrong table, but it was the right one for us, he said, tears in his eyes. Emily said yes, her heart full. They faced more hurdles, blending families, navigating Alex's business world, but each challenge strengthened them. Emily pursued her art, opening a small gallery with Alex's encouragement, proving dreams could thrive regardless of background. Yet, one final test loomed. On the eve of their wedding, Emily discovered a hidden letter in Alex's study, from his late brother, warning about trusting outsiders. Doubt flickered, was she truly seen for who she was, or just a escape from his pain? She confronted him under the stars, voice breaking. Do you love me, or the idea of me? Alex held her close, sharing the letter's full context, his brother's regrets over a materialistic life. You remind me there's more to life than money. You're my anchor. They resolved it with honesty, vowing transparency forever. And so, we circle back to that ballroom, where Emily and Alex danced as husband and wife. The whispers faded into applause, the town celebrating a love that bridged divides. Emily's mother, healthy now, beamed from the front row, her sister captured it all on video. The inspiring message? True love doesn't care about bank accounts or social ladders, it's forged in vulnerability, resilience, and seeing the soul beneath the surface. No matter your struggles, sitting at the wrong table might just lead to the right path. If this story touched your heart and left you inspired, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more emotional journeys, and drop a comment below. What's your wrong table moment? Thanks for watching, see you in the next one. But the story doesn't end there. In the years that followed, Emily and Alex built a life that blended their worlds seamlessly. They started a foundation to help underprivileged youth pursue education and arts, turning Emily's hardships into hope for others. Alex stepped back from the cutthroat business side, focusing on innovative tech that benefited the community, like affordable healthcare apps inspired by Emily's mother's struggles. Their home became a haven, not a mansion on the hill, but a cozy house downtown, where friends from all walks gathered for barbecues and storytelling nights. Emily's art flourished, her paintings, often depicting everyday heroes like waitresses and single moms, sold out in galleries. She mentored young artists, sharing how one accidental evening changed her trajectory. Alex, once isolated by wealth, found joy in simple things, teaching kids at the shelter, surprising Emily with homemade dinners, though his cooking was comically bad at first. Their first child, a daughter named Hope, arrived amid laughter and tears, symbolizing new beginnings. Challenges didn't vanish entirely. Economic downturns tested the business, and old prejudices occasionally resurfaced at events. But they tackled them as a team, Emily's grit complementing Alex's resources. One poignant moment came when Emily's father, long absent, reached out after seeing their story in the news. Forgiveness wasn't immediate, it took therapy and honest talks, but eventually, a tentative reconciliation added another layer of healing. Through it all, their love story inspired Willow Creek. The diner renamed a booth the Fate Table, where couples shared their own meet-cuties. Emily wrote a book about her journey, Wrong Table, Right Heart, which became a bestseller, encouraging readers to embrace serendipity and fight for authentic connections. As they grew older, watching sunsets from their porch, Emily would tease Alex, who knew a coffee pour could lead to this. He'd kiss her forehead, replying, "Fate knew. And I'm grateful every day." Their legacy? A reminder that emotional depth wins over superficial glitter, that relatable struggles make us human, and that resolving challenges with empathy creates unbreakable bonds. So, dear viewers, if Emily's tale of rags to riches romance, fueled not by luck, but by heart, has moved you, remember, your own story might be one wrong turn away from magic. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more tales that uplift and inspire. What's the most unexpected twist in your life? Share below, we'd love